Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. Good to see you here. This week we are actually going to be touching on pet food bags and how to have a zero waste or close to zero waste as you can pet. As you know, you can reach me at my Facebook page, Little Green Goddess, or my blog at littlegreengoddess.org. Both of the links will show up right over here. That being said, we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to see is a little clip from earlier today of how I actually wash my dog. Her name is Bindi. She is a cute little pit mix. With that, we actually go ahead and go to a place called Treats Unleashed, and that's where they have a self-service washing station where you'll be able to get liquid shampoos, conditioners. They've even got some ear cleaners, and all of that is bulk, so you're not purchasing bottles of it. You're actually just going ahead and turning a nozzle and funneling out all of that from their hoses. They also have towels ready that they dry clean for you. Everything's set up. They've got brushes. All of it's completely reusable, which is very exciting for us. I know that self-service stations are all over the US right now, so definitely check out if anywhere near you has a self-service washing station. That'll prevent you from having to go through not only the trouble of washing your pet, but also all of the products involved with it. You could potentially be saving lots of money as well. I know we only pay about $8 when I get Bindi all washed up. After that, we're actually going to talk about some of the pet foods you can do that are going to be a little bit more sustainable. Here is a little clip of Bindi and I from earlier today.
So Bindi and I are here at the self-service doggy wash. And we've got a series of things you can choose from. And we are currently washing over. Here she is. They're getting dried now. There is a dryer, but she's scared of it.
Hopefully you guys got a chance to really get a glimpse at some of the cool features of the self-service. I know it was a little hurried since Bindi was a little impatient and did want to get washed up and dried off. She's currently scared of the hose to dry off, but there is a hose off to the left side of where we wash her. And if your dog isn't scared of that, definitely go ahead and use that. That'll save a little bit of energy and water when they do wash up those clean towels. The next thing is pet food. So pet food can be zero waste. However, you do have to kind of try to make it zero waste. With pet food, especially dog food, most of it comes in recycling number 81. The problem with recycling number 81 is that it's not really recyclable unless you do a little bit of work on your end. So I've got here a pet food bag that I've turned inside out, and with that, you do want to make sure you're turning any pet food bag inside out. They should be pretty much all recycling 81, which means that it's going to be paper coated in 2 layers of plastic. And typically they're going to sort out paper from plastic recycling, which is why you're going to have to do that yourself. So what we're going to do, once you have taken your pet food bag, turned it inside out, I'm going to go ahead and rip the seam on it and kind of open it up into one giant sheet. Now that you've got it in this one giant sheet, I'm going to see if we can zoom in a little bit on this little section here. Can you kind of see how there's 2 separate areas? I tore off this area so you can see that. What you're going to want to do is you're actually going to want to grab a hold of one of these different colored top layer, kind of where you'll see all the words and stuff, and it's going to peel back. I don't know if you guys can see that. It'll peel back really nice and cleanly along from the actual aluminum plastic looking coating on the inside. And after you go ahead, peel that off, you're going to continue along. All of this you're going to want to save because this is going to be plastic recycling. So you can go ahead and recycle this in your regular mixed recycling as plastic. And then below that, you have this really awful mixture of plastic. There's supposedly some paper under there as well. However, with this particular one, I don't think that I can see that. So it might just be that they've got the one layer of plastic, which is perfect. It'll make life easier. But you're going to want to go ahead anyways and look on your pet food bags and see how many layers of plastic and paper you can find. If you can pull yours super thin and you do not see another layer, you're good to go. You do want to separate all those layers out though. So once you've got those separated out, you can go ahead and put them in the designated recycling for each one. That'll make it a lot easier in the long run because pet food bags are not recyclable as whole entities. After that though, you might want to consider getting pet food brands that are already part of a recycling program. So there's a brand that hooked up with a company called TerraCycle. If you haven't heard of TerraCycle, go to their website, which is listed right here below me, TerraCycle.com. They're wonderful. They actually have little kits that they will send you, and they are all about zero wasting. With that, they're going to send you a, I guess, Wellness is one of the brands that is hooked in with them and affiliated to the company TerraCycle. If you buy Wellness pet food or Core pet food, I think they also have something from the farm is what it's called, and they're already pet food brands hooked into TerraCycle, and it's completely free to you to go ahead, package up your pet food bags and mail it over to TerraCycle, and they will completely free of charge go ahead and recycle that for you. They make really cool things like notebooks or shopping bags, even collars with the recycled dog food bags, and that'll save you in the long run. However, if none of those brands meet your dog's dietary needs, you also have the choice of getting your own food and creating your dog's food. Although this does seem a little bit more time consuming, it might cut down on not only the cost you're paying every single week for your dog or cat, it's also going to help reduce the amount of waste there is. So I know there's lots and lots of recipes online. A few of my favorites are mixing up just plain pumpkin. You're going to go ahead and boil that in chunks, even with the skin on. Puree it. You can add a little bit of parsley. Parsley is really good, especially if it's for a dog. It'll help freshen and clean their breath. A little bit of fresh mint will be in there. You can go ahead and add in carrots. There's a whole list of fruits, vegetables that are safe for your pets. Here I'm talking specifically about dogs. Since I do not personally own a cat, I can't speak on that as of yet. And with the dog food, you do want to make sure that you are giving the right proportion for your dog. There are, again, lots of recipes online. If you want to make little treats for your dog, I know if you add a little bit of coconut oil and a little few sprigs of mint and freeze that, you can definitely pop them out and hand like a little drop of it as a treat to your dog. It's going to freshen up their breath, kind of acting as a doggy mint as well. Another thing you could do is just freeze peanut butter in ice cube trays. You can put in with that peanut butter rolled oats. You could bake it. If you do like a cup of rolled oats and say about a cup or so of peanut butter, mash it all together, go ahead, pat it out, bake it in the oven, I believe at 375 until it's golden brown, roll it out, cut it, see about the shapes you want it to be. You can even add a little bit of pumpkin puree into there to make it a little bit more wholesome and help their digestive tracts a little bit. There's lots of recipes on Pinterest, I know. There's also food groups for dogs on Facebook if you want to join any of those. I'll have a few links of those in the blog coming out tomorrow. That'll be a blog post on all of this, all the links you'll be able to find on there. Also, do take a look at your local bakeries for dogs. Although that may seem weird if you're not aware that they do exist, there are lots and lots of bakeries for pets. I know Treats Unleashed is my go-to one, or Three Dog Bakery. Those are really, really close by to where I live, and they have a bulk section for dog treats. And you can go ahead, take your own paper bag, and fill it up with whichever treats you would like. Another really cool thing is online, if you research a little bit, you can actually order in dog food that comes in recyclable cans, or things such as paper bags that you can just cut out the clear plastic film window and then recycle that separately. So unless you're making your own pet food, it is not going to be entirely zero waste. However, you can definitely get recycled goods from it. You could also make things out of your bags. So taking this bag again, for example, if you go ahead and cut it into strips about, we'll say, 1/2 inch wide, you can actually go ahead and weave them. And you can weave that into, say, a mat for your dog. A welcome mat for your house. You're going to want to take it and then, of course, fold it about here. That's about how wide you'd want it to be if you're weaving it into a mat shape. You could also go ahead and take some sewing supplies, create another bag that you could reuse for pet supplies to keep in. But I would definitely look into getting that all sorted out with some more easily recyclable items. Alright guys, that's all for tonight, but thank you for stopping by. Again, go ahead and hit the subscribe and follow button. Give this a thumbs up if you think it was helpful. Leave me comments below letting me know what I can do for next time, if there's anything else specific you'd like to know for your dogs. Oh, one more thing. I actually found this really, really helpful. I carry around this really cool little, I guess it's a giant keychain of supplies for Bindi, so that I'm not constantly having to have little pouches of to-go food for her. We went ahead and I reused this plastic bottle. It was agave, filled it with fresh water. There's a little cloth bag I fill up with some of those bulk treats. We've got a silicone carrying really neat dog food bowl, so that when we're hiking, she can definitely just get a sip of water, get a little bit of food. It has her tag and information on there, some colors, and then these really neat biodegradable dog bags by Earth Friendly, and that's the brand name on there. Alright guys, now officially over. Let me know what you think below. Thanks.